students. I am Tripti Pandey from ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today we will discuss GUI programming, that is graphical user interface programming in Python, Tkinter. Tkinter is a standard GUI library which provides a fast and easy way to create desktop application. Tkinter provides a variety of widgets like button, label, text boxes, and menus. Tkinter basically provide you three things. First, what to place on a screen. Second, where to place the widget. Third, how do widgets behave. So these three problem will be shared by, or these three problem will be overcome by Tkinter GUI. Next is Tkinter widgets. Widgets are event-driven programming where actions are taken in response to user events like clicks or key presses. Next, it is a graphical component that the user can interact with. There are several widgets available in Python: label, button, entry, frame, radio button, check button, and message box. Next is geometry management. Now, what is geometry management? Management is the method used to organize widgets on the window. That is, where to place our widgets on the screen is being handled by geometry management. There are three managers: place, grid, and pack. So first, if you want to use Tkinter GUI, first thing should be creating a window. How to create a window? Tkinter's TK class instance create a window by the name TK. This method creates a blank window with close, maximize, and minimize buttons. And with that, main loop method is created, which is used to display the window until you manually close it. These two lines are the syntax. First is creating a window. Second line is main loop to manually close it. Now, what are the attributes of Tkinter window? First, set title and background of window. That means you can set title and background of window, by which color you want to show your background. You can set title also. Second is resize the window. That means you can resize the window. Third is resizing behavior. Next is Tkinter variables and methods. There are several variables used to store these kind of data. First is string variable, integer variable, double variable, and boolean variable. And the methods which are used in Tkinter are set and get. Tkinter command binding. Widgets respond to the events by mouse click and key presses. So these things we will discuss in Jupyter Notebook. Let's switch to Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so first of all, we will create a new notebook. So just like Tkinter is a GUI programming, but before using it, you have to import it in your IDE. I am using Jupyter Notebook. So the command will be from Tkinter import star. So by this command, you will import Tkinter module into your IDE. So next is to create window. So the command is window equals to capital TK. Next is window dot main loop. Now, how to set title and background? First is window equals to TK window dot title. Suppose you want to give it a name. my first GUI. So your title is my first GUI and you want to give it a background with red color. Window dot configure background equals to red. And the last is window dot main loop. Okay, so a file will be created by the title, my first GUI, and background will be red. Now, next is resize the window. Resize the window means you want to change the size of your window. So, what will be the command? Window equals to tk window dot geometry and give the size of your window in height and width. Here I am giving 400 into 200. Next, last line is window dot main loop. Okay, so this is the command to resize the window. Next is the widgets. Now come to the first widget, that is label. Label widget is used to provide text and image in Tkinter. So what is the syntax? Again, window equals to tk. Now to create label, we will use label function with capital L. Label bracket on the name of your window. Here the name of my window is window only. Window dot text. We are providing text, so the attribute we will use is text. Text equals to this is my first label. Okay, again window dot main loop. So by this command we will create label widget. Now next is entry widget. Entry widgets are the basic widgets of Tkinter used to get input. That means used to get input from user. So what will be the command? Again, window equals to tk label window comma, or you can just pass the text. Text equals to suppose I want to write enter user name. Sorry, name. And with this, we will use one of the geometry method pack. Pack will place this label in the window, in the corresponding window. And now we are creating E. E is the object of entry widget. Entry, pass the name of your window, close the parenthesis. Again, use geometry method pack to place this widget on the particular screen. Window dot main loop. So by this command, we will create label plus entry widget on the Tkinter screen. Now next is to create button widget. The button widget is used to add buttons in Python application. How to create it? Window equals to tk button function will be used. Button button. Pass text. Text equals to, suppose I am giving it a name, button 1. Again, geometry method pack will be used to place it on the screen. Next, window dot main loop. So by this command, we will create button widget on the screen. Now next is check button widget. Check button widget will provide multiple option at the same times, just like a toggle button. So how to create a check button? We will use check button function. Again, same command, window equals to tk. Now check button with C capital. Check button. Text equals to, suppose, orange dot pack. Same line I will copy paste. Why? Because we are using check button, and check button provides you multiple option at the same time and only one will be selected. So suppose I am writing it apple, name of the fruits, and cherry. And the last is window dot main loop. So by this command, we will create check button widget in the Tkinter GUI. So next is radio button widget. Radio button widget implements a multiple choice button, but only one button will be selected at time. So the command is as follow: window equals to tk radio button, pass the name of window, comma, text equals to mail, comma, value equals to mail dot pack. Okay, so again I'm writing the same code. Sorry for the mistake. So again I'm writing the same code, but the value will be changed as female. Okay, and the last is window dot main loop. So by this command we will create radio button, and only one button will be selected at one time. Now next is frame widget. A frame is just a container which store other widgets at the same time. So how to create a frame widget? Window equals to tk. Now to create a, suppose I'm creating a frame which will be on the left side of the screen. So I'm giving it a name, left frame. Left underscore frame. Left frame equals to frame, which is the function, window name, window equals to, and bg equals to, bg means background color. Background color is red, and I am giving it border with bd equals to 10. Okay, and I will place this left frame on the left side of the window, on the left side. So I will be using geometry method place with the value side equals to left. Left frame dot pack side equals to left. Now this command will create frame and place it on the left side of the window. Next is window dot main loop. Now I will create a button which will be inside the left frame. So to create a button, I am creating two buttons with the name. This is the function which we will use, button, and place it on the left frame. So giving it a name left frame, comma, text equals to button 1 dot pack. Okay. So I'm just copying it and give it a name button 2 in the same frame, that is left frame. And last is window dot main loop. Okay. And the last is message box widget. Message box widget or module is used to display message on the screen. So to create message box, we will use message box function in Tkinter. And to create message box, first we have to define a function. After that, we will use window equals to tk. So to define function, we use keyword def, and this is my function. Show message and message box dot show info. Message equals to info box. Now I will create window by the name of tk. Window equals to tk. Button text equals to click, comma, command equals to show underscore message dot pack. Window dot main loop. Okay, so this method will create a message box which will create when you click on the button, it will generate a message info box. Okay, so these are the particular widgets available in Tkinter. Next is geometry management. The one which we are using till now is pack, and now I will explain you the another geometry management, that is grid. This geometry manager organizes widgets in a table-like structure, that is in a row or column. So I will create 9 buttons in row and columns form. So these are the method, or you can say code, window equals to tk. Now I am creating 9 buttons. So first of all, button function will use button window, comma, text equals to 1, comma, I'm giving it a width equals to 5. Okay. Now use grid function. Grid function will display this button in row and column form in table-like structure. So the argument will be row equals to 0, comma, column equals to 0. I'm just copy pasting it. Control C. Okay, so I'm giving it a name to button 3, 4, 9. Now I'm changing this row and column. First is 0, 0. Next is 0 and 1, column 1. It will be shown in 0th row, 1 column. Next is 0 and 2. Now second row, that is row 1. Row 1, 0 column. Row 1, first column. Row 1, second column. Again, row 2, 0 column. Row 2, first column. Sorry. Zero. Okay. And this is column 1, row 2, and column 2. So this will create a table like structure with 9 button. Last is window dot main loop. Now next geometry manager is place. This geometry manager organizes widgets by placing them in a specific position in the parent widget. How? Let me show you. Window equals to tk button window comma text equals to 1 comma width equals to 5. Now use place x equals to 0 comma y equals to 0, or you can say 20. It is the position. Again, I'm creating 2 button with different values x and y. Now window dot main loop. So it will create, or you can say it will use geometry manager place, that will place the widget in specific position by the value x and y. Okay. Now next is command binding function. That is, we are going to use mouse click, and when we press a button, how the function will work like in a widget. So first of all, I will create a function def check if name equals to, sorry, if name dot get. Get means to get a value, to get a variable value from widget, equals to admin, and password dot get equals to admin. That is, I'm placing both name and password is admin. Message box will display a message welcome. How? Message box dot show info message equals to welcome. Else message box equals or message box dot show info message equals to wrong credentials. Now create window. Window equals to tk, and for name, that is we are using string. So which method or which variable will be used? String variable. Name string var, and password is also in a string. Password equals to string var. Now next is we will create label and entry. Label for using text or to get text text from user, and entry to click or entry widgets to click on the button. So what will be the function? Label window name, that is window, comma text equals to enter username dot grid method we are using dot grid row equals to 0 comma column equals to 0. Now entry window comma text equals to text variable equals to name dot grid row equals to 0 comma column equals to 1. Okay, so we are creating label and entry to get username, and again I'm copy pasting it for password. So label window text equals username, right here password, enter password. Okay, and value will be changed for grid row equals to 1 and column equals to 0, and for entry window dot text variable equals to password comma show your password in asterisk form, that is in secret form. Show equals to asterisk. Okay, again dot grid, the value of row and column will be changed. Row equals to 1 and column equals to 1. Now I will create button for click. Button window comma text equals to sign in comma command equals to check is the function which we have just created in the above code. Check dot grid row equals to 2 comma column equals to column span equals to 2. So we have created two label and two entry with one button. Button is used to sign in. Now next is window dot main loop. So this will create a message box with name admin and password will be admin. So the message will be displayed welcome, otherwise wrong credentials. So for this, we have used two label, two entry and one button. So this is all for today's topic. And let me switch to, hmm. So we have discussed widgets respond to the events by mouse click. These are the references. Thank you for patience listening.